Oh my gosh, hi again. It's been so long. It's been so long. My hair is turning gray. Yeah, I've been wanting to make videos. I have so many video ideas in my head that I just can't quite find the time to get them all out. But I did find some VHS recently that I was really excited about showing off, kind of, I guess, humble bragging a little bit. If you don't know me, by the way, I am a reseller. I mean, this is basically like a brand new video after maybe almost a year, at least 6 months since I've made the last video. So I am a reseller, but I do also collect certain items. I collect certain video games. I collect certain VHS, especially like horror. I've always loved horror movies, but I think reselling has kind of like made me want to collect these things because I pick these things up all the time and I'm like, you know what? I like some of these things. I'm going to keep them. So I'm going to show you the ones that I have found over the last several weeks. Now, I think I found one back in the late June, I want to say, early July. So it's going back that long. And right now it is September 15th. Afternoon, and so these go back, like I said, July and through August, and yeah, I think they're really cool. I got these for, okay, I did pay up for like one of them, but that was because I'll tell you in a second. Okay, I'm very excited about them, obviously. Now, a few of them I may sell because I just don't really need them. Or if I find, like, if they're a sequel and I find the original, I may sell the two together. But that really depends. We'll start with the first one, Jeepers Creepers 2. Now, I'm going to try to put value on the screen so you can actually see. Let me look this up real quick. Jeepers Creepers VHS. I'm looking at solds. Just the second one, it doesn't go for very much. Sealed, if you find it sealed, it goes for a lot more. If you just sell it used, it's only gonna go for a couple bucks. This doesn't look like a prior rental, so that is usually a good thing. But yeah, it's still, now if you find Jeepers Creepers 1 and you find Jeepers Creepers 2, someone has sold both of them together for $17 with free shipping. So still not a ton, but if you get them for very cheap, you know. And I have a thrift store that I live walking distance to, which is like very convenient, right? All the VHS are 10 cents. So yeah, it's ridiculous how much they want for them. 10 cents. Is that even like worth them keeping? I hope they always sell VHS, but still, like 10 cents, like at least a quarter, right? I guess at one point they had just way too many and they just wanted to get rid of them. So I get that. All right, the next one is Love Object. And this is basically, okay, if you have kids in the room, you might want to like shush the volume because I'm going to talk about some questionable stuff here. So this movie is basically like a guy who falls in love with his sex doll. He is basically in love with this girl, but to get practice with her, he gets a sex doll. And so then that happens, and I think the sex doll starts getting jealous of the actual real Love Object. So Love Object is selling for about $14 with plus shipping. Oh, I see here it goes only for $6. It really depends on the condition. This is a rental. It has the rental stickers. In my opinion, that brings down the value, although some people they do like that. Here is the tape if you want to see that. And yeah, it's pretty beat up. I don't know if you can see the condition there, but there's a lot of wear. So I don't think this would go for a ton of money. This will probably just go in my collection and stay there.
What he desires, he can build.
What color eyes do you like?
Green.
What kind of mouth do you want to kiss?
This one really doesn't have a lot of value. It's with Casper Van Dien. I've never heard of it. I've never heard of Love Object either, but Modern Vampires. Tell me if you've ever seen that one. It's got Natasha Gregson Wagner. I don't know who that, and Kim Cattrall. She looks like a vampire there. So yeah, that's looking crazy. And apparently Los Angeles has a discreet community of tortured, bloodthirsty creatures of the night, but when a mysterious vampire enters the scene, the Count wants his blood-sucking seductress eliminated before her rampage of death exposes the cult. Okay, so her only chance at immortality lies in the fangs of Dallas, who is Casper Van Dien. And if you don't know who that is, he was the main star in Starship Troopers. This has no value. Modern Vampires VHS. $6, but it's not terribly common. Let's see if there's a lot out there. Oh yeah, there are several. If you find this movie sealed, you're gonna get some money for it, but most of the time you're gonna find this movie as, I mean, I'm not gonna say most of the time you're gonna find this movie, but I found it as a rental. That's why I found a lot of these like more rare ones, because a lot of these movies at the time just went out to the movie rental store, and a lot of regular people wouldn't have owned cult movies like this. Also back then, VHSs were a lot more expensive. $19.99, they would have been coming down in price, but still. So yeah, there's quite a few of these out there. Maybe, I would say there's about like, for some reason somebody has a bunch of sealed ones on eBay, and there's almost no used ones. There's one for like $10, $4, $13, but again, this one is in pretty poor condition. I'll let you look at that one. So I might try to put this, what I like to do is around Halloween time especially, I will put several horror VHS in a lot, and I will sell them that way if I don't want them for myself.
Casper Van Dien, Natasha Gregson Wagner, Kim Cattrall, Robert Pastorelli, Udo Kier, and Rod Steiger as Dr. Van Helsing.
I'm talking about bad people.
With his posse.
Talking about us, right?
Now, here is something, I was really excited to find this, and then I opened it up, and I was so disappointed. Okay, this is something you want to look out for in VHS. And weirdly enough, even in Louisiana, I don't see this a lot. I don't know exactly how this happens. We have a lot of humidity here, but I don't know. I don't see this a whole lot, but I've noticed it happens in like the 80s usually. This is 1990, this is 2002, but it's still, I'm not sure what happened. It's actually signed by Elvira. It's Elvira's Haunted Hill. So I was like, whoa, it's signed by her. I mean, it says Robert there, but I wasn't concerned about that. It's not in the greatest of condition. I don't know if you can see that with the ring light, but put out by Good Times Entertainment. Here is the problem. Okay, there is the sticker. Sticker's in okay shape. Do you see that? That is all mold. That's pretty disgusting. Now I will still pick up tapes with mold in the hopes that one day I will magically find the time to take out the mold, because I do have two VCRs. One day I want to get the ones that I have mold and take, you know, you can clean the mold with one VCR as long as you're only using it for that. I don't think you can, once you use it for that, I don't think you can use the VCR for regular tapes anymore. So yeah, that is unfortunate. The tape itself, even if you find it, not worth a whole ton. This is one that I would, if it wasn't signed and did not have mold, I would probably put it in a lot of other ones. I do have her original movie, Mistress of the Dark, I see a few going for 10, 10, 10, 11, 12. Let's see what they sold for. Sealed one sold for 27. This one sold for $8, 15. You get the point. There's just, it doesn't have a huge high resale value. Here's another rental, but this is a really cool one, Cemetery Man. I ended up watching this on, if you want to watch this, it's on Tubi. And it was very interesting. A lot of it doesn't, towards the end, doesn't make a lot of sense. But yeah, it has Rupert Everett, and he's great in it, but it is an Italian movie. He's not Italian, but everyone pretty much else is, and they are dubbed. There's some bad dubbing in this. What else? It has a different name in Italy. Something de la Morte or something. Let me look this one up on eBay. Della Morte, Delamore is the other name, which I don't think would catch on in America. But I don't know if I'd ever heard of this before, but it's a pretty cool movie. I would suggest to watch. It's just kind of goes in a lot of different directions. It was a previous rental from Hollywood Video, and I'm actually unsure if I see mold. So I am seeing a little bitty spot right there that I don't know if it's mold or not. I might have to take off the whole top of the tape to actually look at the individual tape, because I can't tell. So that's another one I'm gonna have to look at and see. But if there's no mold on it, that's a good deal. I mean, again, I got this for 10 cents. I got all the ones that you've seen here and before this one, 10 cents a piece. This one actually does go for a little bit of money if you don't care about collecting it and you just want to sell it. I see that it's gone a non-rental, well, it doesn't have any rental stickers on it, for $45. I think it goes between $40 and $50. That's not bad. That's a pretty good score for 10 cents. But like I said, we'll be keeping that one.
You claim they come to life within 7 days of burial.
Nagi! They came back sooner than we thought!
Another one I will be keeping, and it ended up having some mold issues. Return of the Living Dead Part 2. I have not seen this. I actually own the first one on Blu-ray, but now here's another one. I am also not sure if it's actual mold. It's because it looks like dust to me. Yeah, it's just hard to see. Do you see that spot there? That's probably the first signs of mold, and it would probably be an easy cleanup. So this one basically is like, I don't even know what this one is about. I don't think it gets good reviews. I really like the cover. I saw the cover and I was like, oh, I remember that. In the first one, people come back to life as zombies, and they're dancing in the cemetery, like getting naked in a cemetery, and all the people in the cemetery come back as zombies. So the value on that one is, let's see, Return of the Living Dead. Honestly, kind of like Cemetery Man, the same kind of deal. He has people die in the cemetery, and then for some reason they keep coming back, and he has to shoot them in the head to keep them dead. And then like there's a girl that he likes that ends up dying, and he has to kill her. So Return of the Living Dead Part 2 VHS, with no mold or anything, goes for about 35, 40. I'm seeing 34 with shipping. I'm seeing some best offers below 40, 35, $18.50. There's $18.50 but with mold on the tape. So, I mean, and this one looks like I said, if you don't want to clean the mold, oh, this one has bad mold. If you find a rare VHS tape and it has mold and you don't have the means or time to clean it, go ahead and sell it. See what you can get for it. I mean, this person, I mean, that's free with $18.50, free with media mail. That's not bad if they got it really cheap, which they honestly probably did.
Return of the Living Dead, Part 2. Jesse will be the first to know. Billy will be the first to go.
So this next one is one that I paid up for. I paid $35 for, but it is the Terrifier 2 VHS. This is for my collection. This is not going up for resale. It actually has quite a few things back here. These are kind of gory films, so if you like horror but don't like real like gore, I mean, it's very like campy gore to me. But yeah, Art the Clown, he's in several movies now. He was in, oh, I can't remember all the movies Art the Clown was in. Like, he's in some before Terrifier. All Hallows Eve 1 and 2, and then the Terrifier movies. So he's kind of a thing in horror. But I have not seen this, but this has like scratch and sniff stickers, a Screenbox 30-day free trial. The movie is on 2 VHS, so it's 2 VHS there. I'm sure there's an unboxing of this somewhere, but for now I want to keep it sealed. I may unwrap it one day, but for now I just like it sealed. That makes me happy. There's also a Terrifier 2 convention phenomenon featurette. This last VHS I got totally for free. This is the best one of all, but it is not horror. It is in my collection. It was also a previous rental. A History of Violence. I could easily probably take that sticker off, but this movie is also in pretty good condition. There's a piece of tape up here. I will probably get a VHS cover, like a plastic cover, to cover these with, so cover some of these with, because so they just don't get more damage. This one, and I'll show you the comps in a second, goes for between $100 and $125. And the reason it goes for that much is because it was the last mainstream movie to be put out on VHS. It came out in 2006. Now, after that, Cars came out. Cars on Disney, but you had to be a part of their Disney VHS club. And that's the only way you get that. There's also a Moana 2 VHS that has some value because it was in the Disney Club also, but this is the last mainstream one. Now, of course, this just came out like within the last few months. So, I mean, it's not the last VHS ever put out, and actually, people get technical about this all the time, but actually, people in Korea, the country of Korea, put out several VHS after this. So, you get a lot of argument. When people say this is the last VHS ever, you get a lot of arguments in the VHS community about it. But because this one is known as the last mainstream VHS, which technically it is in the US anyway, it goes for a high value. Let me check the comps on it real quick to make sure I am not talking out of my ass, but last time I checked, which was like a few weeks ago, it was going for, and people are trying to get like 200, 300, you're gonna see some crazy prices, but generally, and there's not that many. I do see these on the VHS group, like occasionally, like every other month, somebody would be like, hey, I found A History of Violence. So this one is not one that is impossible to find. Trust me, if I found it just out in the wild at a thrift store, they gave it to me for free because they didn't feel like ringing it up. You can find this too. These are out there. I see other people finding them out in the wild. They're not paying a ton of money for them. But if you do find it and want to sell it online, it would it would fetch you some money. Let's see. Okay, so people are trying to get between $200 and $300 for it. But when it sells, okay, I'm seeing lower than 100, best offer accepted. A sealed one, which I totally get this price, $268. Sounds like somebody wasn't really sure of the value there, so they just put it up for that price. $129 is what a pre-owned one would go for. And this one, it looks great. I mean, there's no mold. It's in such good condition.
You look like reporters.
You're the big hero.
Really don't like to talk about it, sir.
You sure took care of those two bad men, Joey.
My name is Tom. It's Joey.
You tell me.
So as you can see, it has some value. So be on the lookout for this. Some of these are pretty hard to find, so I'm not going to say like you can go out and totally find these. Although they're out there, you can still find rare horror movies. It's just not every day. Trust me, I'm out in the thrifts. I'm always looking at VHS, and I thought it was like crazy that I found all of these, and especially this by itself. But anyway, that's my whole video. I always say this, but I'm gonna try to make videos more regularly. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you found any fun VHS in the last, ever. So yeah. And if you would like to, I am so close to 1,000 subscribers. I've put out over 100 videos and I've still not made it, which is sad, I know. Please like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.